league. But moving on from one Canadian and Steve Nash to two others that are just tearing it up on the hardwood. Jamal Murray for the Denver Nuggets, averaging over 28 points for this postseason. Let's go, Jamal Murray. And I'm going to butcher this name. Luke and I don't even know. I need some help.
Lugans, baby,
George,
Lugans.
on OKC. We need to talk about these two players. Let's start off with Jamal Murray. Why is he just exploding? Anyone just start off here. Let me know.
I just want to say it's in French. It's pronounced l'urgence d'ort.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I have no idea.
But I think Jamal's like tearing it up. Like no one saw this coming.
Yeah.
And to the extent of like how he's playing, the intensity, the grit, like I have no words. None. I'm impressed. I'll bow down because he's really killing it right now. And I'm proud. Like, let's go, Canada.
Speaking on Jamal Murray, so to say, like I know he's taking his game to the next level because if you think about it, Denver doesn't really have that second star. Like they have Joker, who's their star player, their best player. But then they have a lot of people who could be like their second tier star. Like you could see Michael Porter Jr. if we're talking about future in the future. But in terms of Jamal Murray, I think he realized that they don't really have a closer and they don't really have that huge perimeter threat that can really give Joker the space that he needs. And I feel like as a player, once you get going once, then it's just a continual thing. And plus, they're also in the bubble as well. I'm not going to take anything away from his play.
You're doing it.
I have to do it. There's no fans. There's no nothing. Like there's no loud noises. Like it helps. It really does help.
I know.
Because you're not traveling. You're not going from this game to this game. You're not traveling different cities to cities, so your rest is much better.
This is one of the hardest, unprecedented years to ever play. This is not an easy time to be playing basketball.
It's not an easy time to play basketball, but if we take the emotion stuff out of the way, it's easy on the body.
No. There's no take things out of the situation.
But it's true though. We're not traveling from Toronto to Golden State. We're traveling from the gym 5 minutes to our hotel room. Like it's really simple, and you can get right away treatment because your doctors are already there, so you don't have to go back and get treatment and all these things. Like there's a lot of factors that do play in. I'm not taking anything away from his game, but I'm just saying all the players in general are going to have stupid freak out games. Nobody expected this from Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
I agree to a certain extent because you're right. Like the travel is and I think a couple of the players have mentioned it, that the travel really, really helps. The fact that you don't have to move from East Coast to West Coast, you're not dealing with obviously the delay, right? Like jet lag. That's what I'm thinking of. But you don't have to deal with that, right? And it helps a little bit, right? But again, on the other side, if you think about it, they didn't have their families for like a month, right? They're stuck with their teammates who can sometimes be annoying. It's kind of like coworkers, right? You don't want to deal with your coworkers 24/7. Although I love you people. But what I'm saying is like, there's obviously this dilemma of like good versus bad in the bubble. You're right though. Basketball wise, if you think about it, like guys like TJ Warren going for 50, Dame dropping 60 for a week in a row. You know what I mean? Like this stuff wouldn't happen regularly in the bubble. So you have to take all of this with a grain of salt, but at the same time, Jamal Murray is the truth.
I'll give you that. If he was in the East, he would contend for an all-star spot. He'd never be an all-star in the West, but he would contend. He's like a CJ McCollum. No matter how good he is, the West is just too stacked, but he does have star quality. But I'm just saying, man, the rest and all these things do play a huge factor into how these guys are performing. Yeah. They're performing at the highest level because everything is there.
I just want to say, sorry, go ahead, Kel.
I just want to add to your point. Definitely at a physical aspect, if we're just kind of singling out that side of it, you're right, because you have everything on hand. You don't really have to go anywhere. If there's an injury, you're getting treatment as soon as possible. And you're kind of like, maybe even if you put in emotions there, you're also not really thinking about anything else because you're so surrounded by basketball 24/7. So as much as, yeah, the emotions are going to play a factor in terms of, not being around family and everything that's going on in the world right now. We also saw Jamal Murray get super emotional after that, one of the post-game interviews there. But maybe this is almost like a distraction for them in a way. Like they're just so consumed with everything that's why he's just exploding, because he's like, okay, this is literally my 24/7 now.
It's pickup basketball. It's a dream pickup basketball.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it.
It's true. And to the whole thing about Jamal Murray, like this year there were a lot of expectations on him because it's his 4th year now, and he's expected to make that superstar leap, throughout the regular season, he probably didn't make the leap everybody expected him to, but now he's showing that he can actually be that second star, like Kayon said. Like he can genuinely be that second person that you can add on top of Nikola Jokic. But then also you got Michael Porter Jr. So I like Denver, man. They stole a game from the Clippers. Can they actually take it further? I don't know.
Well,
Okay, well, since we're on that topic, we'll get back to Lu Dort in a second, but